I just got done digging up a signal that was kind of, it was like a 14, 15. I think it was a pull tab. It was down fairly deep. I would say about almost as deep as a pinpointer. It came up in 2 pieces. Look at that mosquito right in my thumb, or my finger. Sucker. Old pocket knife. You can see the hallmark was right in this area here. So there is some old here. Let me show you what I'm working with. This is an old 1800s that's missing. Up over around the tree, there's a clearing of a barn. And this is where the house sat. Now these weeds, some of them are as tall as I am, and I'm 6'1". So I should be doing this in the wintertime when this all gets laid down by the snow. But the problem is we don't have winters anymore. There's no more snow. So, you know, if it's real good, I'll come back. And maybe a little bit of it's down by the fall time. But I've only started, so I don't really know what to expect of this place. I'm in the middle of nowhere. It could be good. We'll see. This is a 14-15, right next to the pocket knife I found. It goes up to about a 16. Normally it would be a pull tab. This one says it's real deep, but I don't know how this ground is. It might have a lot of rock in it. Deep doesn't really mean deep. It's right there. And what do we get? It's round. Ooh, yeah, baby. That's a dandy right there. Look at the size of that dandy button. It's real crusty though. Might have a design on it. Good Lord, if I could figure this one out. I don't know if that's some kind of crust on there or it was a chunky button. I don't know. I'll clean it up more. Maybe I can get some better detail on it if there's actually something. I don't know, but pretty cool so far. We're on the old. This is a 18, 19, sometimes going to a 20. This is a high tone, semi deep, running around a 26. It's in an awkward spot. Also, it's stating it's semi-large. Right on the side of a pine tree full of poison ivy. I'm trying to stay away from that. And there's roots in the way. There we go. Look at that. We got a harmonic reed. Both of them. Nice. See if there's any more in the hole.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Nails. All sorts of stuff in there. That's pretty nice. Nice for the display case. Good when you find harmonica reeds all together. I only have worked a little tiny area so far, so I got a lot more to do. And it's slow going due to the high weeds. Well, I found the old well. Normally you don't see these like this uncovered. Usually they're long and buried. But she was a big one. She must have been, wow, I would say about 4 feet round. I ain't stepping in the middle of that thing. That thing could collapse. It looks like it already about to collapse. They put something over the top of it, but it has long sunk. It's been slow going. These weeds are really slowing me down. Everything's, you know, just about head level. Let's see, I'm gonna go at my head. This is what I see. Pretty much just green. And I have a 6 on. I can push between everything, and when I do hear something that sounds semi-good, I have to kind of like almost do a circle and lay everything down. But so far, I don't know if maybe I was doing where the house sat. So I'm going on to the outskirts now, and hopefully it gets a little better. I just pulled this thing up. It's like it was leaded at one time. I'm thinking rosette. This came up a 14-15, and it wasn't very deep. I thought it was going to be just random, you know, garbage, but I haven't really been finding like pop cans or anything like that yet. So I'm guessing probably part of a rosette, missing the other part of it. I think I found creepy well number 2. I think. But it could also be an old privy. I'm gonna try to get in there somehow. There's a fortress back here. Actually, I want to check over here real quick. I think that's a cellar hole. Oh yeah, creepy well. Yep. It's weird how they put a rebar in there. Yeah, it's kind of nasty. Alrighty. So there's 2 wells on the property. The back one must have been where the barn was. I think this is the cellar hole. Good possibility. Just want to get that on there. So much stuff to trip over. This is a deep niche trashy signal. It's next to the road where I probably wouldn't have normally dug it, but it's in between a cluster of some really big old trees. So you never know. Pays off. Got a matchbox. It's not a very old one. It's a tractor trailer. didn't expect to find a modern day Hot Wheels here. Looks like it's been in a fire too.
It was deep.
Just met up with Mike. He's hitting this little park right here. What's it called? The Red Donald something or other.
It's a memorial.
Yeah, 1869. Something that belongs to the church. Little park. Look at that food pantry. I'm hungry too. You got a can opener?
No.
Anyhow, yeah, that's a nice horseshoe.
Yeah, I thought so.
Very cool. Get it upside down. You're gonna lose all your luck. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Let me call him.
Look at Mikey run. Yo, every single time I say the year for cap gun. Look at that baby one. That's sexy.
That's nice.
Yep. I didn't think we were gonna find anything at this little box park. I mean, this thing's no bigger than someone's yard.
Yes.
Holy square nails.
One hole.
Wow. See if I can find some more barrel. You see where the barrel stopped there. It might go there. So let me put this back. Let's see if I can find some more barrel. Yep, there it is. Very nice. This is a real trashy, deep, mid-20s. Seems large. Woo! Bullet. Big boy too. Too dirty to read it. This is kind of up a deep 27, 28. Oh wait, not deep, I mean shallow. Shallow. So it's probably going to be clad maybe? Is this a pine cone? So I'm digging backwards. Oh, that's something. What is this? It's got a design to it. It could be nothing, but then it could be something. This is 2 bars down, a solid 19. I don't expect it to be anything good. Oh, matchbox. Nice, nice. Not very old, but cool. It is called a Firework number 11 matchbox. This sounds like a very large 30. 30 won't move. It says it's semi-deep too. Maybe not. What in the world is this? Don't look old. Maybe, I don't know. Hey Mike, what do you think this is?
It's like a pretzel far away.
Yeah, you don't want to bite into this. I didn't do this live because I'm next to the road, next to a place where people sit. So I'm pulling up pennies and crap like that. Normal stuff you see it at a park, but every once in a while you come across something good, and look at this. Little piece of silver. Nice little earring. Doesn't weigh very much, but
Add it to the pile.
yep.
Nice. Good find.
Yep. Thank you. We're at an old mill. It closed down in the early 1900s. One of the guys that we passed told us about this place. He says he had a flyer from 1906, and I guess they used to make toilet paper. Look at that. Beautiful. We're gonna hit this and see what happens. Well, there's the part of the mill that I showed in the beginning. Over there, the mosquitoes are freaking horrible over there, but it was much bigger than I thought. This is another area of the mill. You see some foundation wall. Oh man, hold on a minute. Mosquito blew right into my eye. See where the water comes down, there's some kind of pipe there. And then there's that thing there. I don't know if that belonged to the mill or not, but sure looks it. Might have been in part of an old paddle wheel. Came into here. I haven't found anything yet, but I'm still gonna search. Trying to get this piece out. It's down there deep. I believe it's a gas light. Just go somewhere. Whoops. This spot's junky. Rocks everywhere. Roots are horrible. Bugs are just as bad. Damn, she's down there. Big. Woo! Oh yeah, that's the gas lighting, all right. This is one that used to swivel.
We forgot that last time we were here.
Yeah, yeah, we hunted this place. Shoot, the whole crew was here. Everything but Kevin, I think. Or everyone but Kevin.
Was here.
Was Kevin here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Steve was, and Dave was here. You were here because you showed us a lot of this spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's back in the old days. We haven't had any hunts with all the club members in a long time together. We ended up getting this little tiny compact. The bottom came off of it like that. It's not a coin. It's just, I don't know, the box is built kind of weird. The little tiny thing right here, way under that root. I kind of like nicked it and messed with it a little bit, but well, we're hoping it was something really nice, but yeah, the way it goes sometimes. But that sucker's been down there for a bit. I'm at another spot, just trying to hunt some of these places out, and there's this big square cement box, no door to get in, unless it's below grade. I'm not sure. And there's these things all around here. There's like one here, one over there, another one there, another one over there, a couple over on the other spot. There was some old dishes and stuff like that broken in there. But I come to the back of this and I pull up a mason jar lid. Pretty good condition. This one's actually a ball, not a mason, but nevertheless, porcelain's good. The cap is pretty good besides this little dent there. I might have even done that when I was pulling it up. There's a lot of different broken glass. That blue, it kind of looks like a mason, but I'm not sure. It would have been 1800s, that color. I haven't scanned this all the way. I just scanned that one little spot and I ended up pulling that mason lid up. Something sat here and then it was gone. Why, I have no idea. There's a place across the street too. It's not posted, but a farmer tractor just went in there, so I didn't want to bother the guy. I'll probably do that another day. That one looks promising. I don't think that's that old. I'm not sure if that's a drinking glass or... The Pinto mark on this thing's interesting. It's definitely ash right there. This whole back end here must be their dumping ground. Because the house sat right here. And it faced that way. I'm not sure what they needed all this really big drainage for. But let me poke around here with the metal detector and see what I can find. I'm a happy man. Found me I can't say a modern day, but a later milk bottle. I've never found a milk bottle this era yet. Intact, at least. This was right on the surface. I'm going to see if I can eventually clean it up and lightly sponge it, and so I can get the name of it. Maybe I can find out what town it came from. But very awesome. I'm going to get this on film and then chuck it, just to get the era of when this place was around. This is an OP. Well, that's the OP Corporation, Syracuse, China, SU. So I'll look that up later. Doesn't look all that old. But I think this place was torn down. I'm not quite sure, but I think the 70s. I got more to do. Poke around. I'm in like the char pit. I did next to the building. I scraped up. That's where I found the China piece. There's nothing but there but a bunch of broken bottles. Alrighty, I just found a couple things. I found that. S15 the heck is this thing? Whoops. Very weird. I'll bring that with me. And I'll show you something else I found, but you know, it's broken, so to me it's not a keeper. First I'll show you old bottle. It's probably from the 40s, 30s, somewhere around there.
You've got mail.
I don't care about that. Now look at that. Click on this thing. I can't see the screen. That's what I'm looking for right there. That's 1800s right there. Definitely late 1800s mason jar. They're here. Oh, there's that Syracuse, same pattern. I just gotta keep searching. Found a little structure here, not far from the box with no door. Looks like possibly a double cistern, maybe. I'm not quite sure what this is. Walls slant downward too. I don't know. Not much here, and it's really overgrown. I don't even think this would be nice in the wintertime. Let me tell you, it ain't easy. I kind of understand, and I can't tell you exactly what this place is, but you guys will have an idea. It took me a minute to figure it out. And the reason why I can't find any coins here, not because it's been metal detected before, it's because it's a unique type of place where people normally wouldn't have currency. I did find an old wash tub. It's made out of probably galvanized with a thin layer of porcelain on there. And lots of these boots. Lots of them. That's an early model. Here's this. Cups. Pop bottles. And during this era, which was, 1960s and before, people that would have been here would have worn these type of boots. They all would have had the same one. And if you see this thing here, China, 1940, New York State property. It's a nice cup. Everything but that chip. That one there's missing a handle. I'd rather have a little chip like that and a handle than. So I'm going to keep that because it's a remembrance piece. I'm definitely like that milk bottle. Things in this place compared to places that are like it now. You'll see a lot of old remnants of the time when these people used to be here. Boots everywhere. Boots everywhere. Only gives my curiosity of what that little cement bunker is. When I walk through here, I kind of like gotta spread this apart to see what's underneath. There has been some, digging in here, but mostly everything's pretty much on the surface. I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the nearest house is probably maybe a mile, and it's a country old house. Old country house. And the kids probably never even come this way. But, well, I'm going to go around, see if I can look for any more souvenirs that are worth taking, and head out of here. And by the way, the big structure is right over there, that whatever that thing is. Let me keep going. That was kind of a surface find, partially in the ground, as you can see. It's part of an engine, I think. Yeah, that's where the manifold would have been for the, what do you call it there? I don't even remember. Oh, mufflers. That's some kind of old engine. You know what this kind of looks like? My grandfather used to have a tamper. It used to stand up. It was about probably 4.5 feet tall, and it was called a hit and miss. With this big hole on the bottom, it looked like it went to something like that. And he started up one time, and let me tell you, it was loud. I can't believe anyone would tamper the ground with a hit and miss. It used to go. So yeah, that was here. I'm not sure if that was a hit and miss nor a tamper. Just reminds me of the days of my grandfather having some weird stuff. Well, I'm heading back now. It's been a long day, let me tell you. I've hit one spot that was alright, was promising, but the bushes were way too high, just like this. The very first place was bad. Then there was a place across the street, but the corn was about, let's see, I'm 6, so it was a foot over my head, so I had to been 7 foot tall, and that yielded nothing. And well, with Mikey, ended up pulling out a cap gun and a couple things. Then where did we go? We went to that old mill that had a foundation that had absolutely nothing left in there. We had a spot down the street to do that had nothing. We went to an old park that we went to a long time ago that yielded nothing. I hit this old place. I'm not sure what it was. Made a lot of sense when I started pulling some of the stuff up. And then I re-looked at the maps. Looked a little fortified back in the day. So I didn't do too bad. I really like the milk bottle. That's nice. Cap gun's pretty cool. But let me clean this stuff up See if I can get anything written on the milk bottle there. Find out what town that came from. I like to know the dairy companies back in the day. The mosquitoes are relentless today. I gotta start wearing my sleeves. Not my sleeves on my shirt, but I have these sleeves that prevent mosquitoes from biting your arms. They can't get through it, can't penetrate it. It's like it's made out of a wetsuit. An old road. Well, I'll be back in a second with a wrap up. This is the wrap up to today's video. This was a lot of locations, 7 of them. Not every location yielded something, and some very little. A couple of them I didn't even get in film. I mean, there was nothing left there. I mean, I literally searched in between the grass being too high and maybe cornfields. One of them was actually located in the middle of a cornfield. I wasn't quite sure what the guy was planting this year, if anything, or if the place went to woods, because I'm only looking at old photographs. So went there and it was a cornfield. But over the winter time, I might ease on back there, because in the beginning I did get some old rusty stuff, but it wasn't worth filming. I don't know if it was maybe from ground being worked by old tractors or whatnot, but whatever the case may be, it's just another place for fall time. Anyhow, I ended up getting 73 cents in coins from 1969 to 1994. No Wheaties, nothing special. This is probably off a key tag. It's not old. It's just junk. It'll go in the junk pile. 2 harmonica reeds. I think this is from the same harmonica. It could have been 2, but I think there's a block that goes in between here, so there would have been 2 reeds. Clock parts. For anyone that finds stuff that looks like this came out of old batteries. So this would have been a real old battery that was, rotting away. Sometimes the old batteries were made out of wood. One of the nicest looking Pond's jars I've found, with a lid that's not all rusted out or whatever. Still works. New York State property, 1940. This came from the Misery Spot. Another Misery Spot. This is a Becker's of Rochester milk bottle. I would say probably a 1940s, 1950 era. Riker's coffee cup. This was a famous, well-known restaurant back in the day. I'm not sure if there's any more left, but someone from the Misery Spot must have stole the coffee cup and dropped it. We'll save this to last. This is a special piece right here. A couple matchboxes, lighting, old gas lighting, high-powered shell. I'm not sure exactly if this is a dandy button, but it's a fancy button. It's a big one. It's got like a lot of flowers on here. I think the flowers might be lead. This is kind of heavy. It's almost like it's soldered on or something. That's kind of interesting. This is a sterling earring, a heart shape. It's stamped right here, sterling. That was a unexpected nice find. But we were at a park / place where a house sat at one time, but that wasn't far from the park bench, so it probably got caught in one of the girl's hairs and got pulled out of her ear without her even noticing, probably, my guess. Pocket knife. I believe this came from, I'm not sure if there's a pattern on here. It almost like a squiggly, but I don't know. I'm most likely a rosette because the back is lead. And this would have went like on the side of a saddle, a bridle, something to do with a horse. Cap gun, little snuff tin falling apart. I try to look to find maybe if this was an emblem off a car or something, but I can't find nothing about it. I can't find it. And this. I thought this thing was a piston. That sucker looked like a piston, don't it? And the spark plug would be in the middle here, kind of like charging, going up and down. But no. This is a 1879 75 millimeter field gun shell. This would have came out of, and I'm going to show you in a second what type of gun it would have came out of. And what this is doing at the suffering spot, I have no idea. But something was going on there at one time that part of the history doesn't explain. There was a transformation to the spot, and there's a lot more outbuildings that I'll be exploring. So by the time this video gets out, I'll probably have that place just about cleaned up. This is my first. This will go in a shadow box with very cool, one of a kind type items. I have smaller shadow boxes where items that I feel that are special or meaningful, I will put in there. And this is going to be definitely a nice display piece. I mean, I'm in a spot where you wouldn't find stuff like this, supposedly. A 75 millimeter, basically anti-tank gun, or a field gun. I mean, that's a big gun. The bolt that this thing handled, but, or the shell. The very last part of this video is the discovery. When I get to the very last video, it'll explain more the misery that these people had to go through in the late and early 1900s until the place was closed down. There will be hunts, most likely, just dedicated to the... Probably won't find very many coins there because the people there weren't really wealthy. They're extremely poor. You know, they just, I mean, they were suffering. It was misery where they were. I'm hoping to find more cool relics like this. Milk bottles. Maybe even I could trade this in for one that's not chipped. It's a possibility. That's a cool, nice old mug. If that wasn't all beat up, I would use it myself, just so when I drink a cup of coffee out of this thing, I could think of the poor people that drink out of this cup. This wasn't owned by one person. I mean, there was hundreds of people that touched this cup. I'll get more into that later. Anyhow, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. For you non-subscribers, please subscribe. And feel free to comment, ask questions, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Remember to keep it low and slow, and I'll see you next week.